Alright, so we finna keep it going. Most disturbing things caught on doorbell camera footage. Let's get it.
This video has people absolutely horrified. On July 21st, 2021, a woman was in her home alone in Las Vegas. It was about 8 p.m., and she'd been making dinner, waiting for her husband to return home from work. It was a very hot evening, so she opened the window to let the breeze in. But this soon proved to be a massive mistake. A man had been wandering the streets of this woman's neighborhood until he saw the open window and the woman inside. This led to the man approaching the house and ringing the doorbell.
Are you sure? I just rang your doorbell because I have a couple questions for you. Are you sure? I just rang your doorbell because I have a couple questions for you. Are you sure? What? Are you sure? I just rang your doorbell because I have a couple questions for you.
Is this dude good? Bro, leave him alone.
Are you sure?
The man rings the doorbell and knocks many times, repeating the same things over and over again. However, the woman inside had never met this man. She had no idea who he was, so did not answer the door. But as if that wasn't weird enough, the woman never responded to anything this man said, meaning this guy wasn't speaking to anyone, and had simply been talking to himself.
Are you positive? I just have a couple questions for you. Are you sure? Are you positive?
The woman inside the house was fearing for her safety, so decided to hide. And that's when the man tries to open the door. But thankfully, it was locked. He begins to walk away, cursing under his breath. But as he's about to leave, the woman's husband, who's still at work, begins speaking to the man through the doorbell, which leads to the man revealing why he was ringing on the doorbell to begin with.
So, who are you? What? Yeah? Are you sure? Who are you? Hey, I just had a couple questions. I just wanted to ask you about the fuel. Yeah, can you hear me? What I'm looking for is for the girl that's in the house to come out here because I'm in. Do you have her open the door? The girl that's on the other side of this door when she lets me in.
The man revealed exactly what he had planned. Just imagine how powerless the husband felt hearing this, knowing how close to danger his wife really was.
I want her to have a knife and a gun. Yeah, and I'm gonna knock on her door again.
If the woman had opened the door, or the door had been unlocked, she might have lost her life that very evening. But thankfully, this did not happen. Instead, the man walked away muttering the same phrases over and over. He stopped to look at the house for a moment, but then walked away into the night. Police were called, but by the time they arrived, the man was gone, leaving the woman scared for her life. So she posted the doorbell camera footage online. The footage soon went viral, which might have actually saved a life. The next day, someone who had seen the footage recognized the same man walking in a nearby neighborhood. The police were called and the man was soon arrested. When police asked the man's name, he said he was the Holy Spirit. However, he was later identified as Christopher Sums, a man who had various past charges. But what scared people the most was his mugshot. However, Christopher didn't always look like this. Just a few years ago, he looked totally normal, and according to his LinkedIn, he had a stable job and a good life. It's scary to see his transformation over the years, as he spiraled into total madness. Some believe that he may have a psychological condition, but his dramatic change in appearance in such a short time led to some believing substances may be involved. But whatever caused his actions that day, the doorbell camera footage is bone-chilling. But it could have been so much worse had this woman opened the door. But this doorbell camera footage is even more terrifying. A woman had just got home from walking her dog. You can then see her looking over to the right before quickly running inside. And it doesn't take long to find out why. A man walks up to her door and tries to open it, but it's locked. The man then puts on gloves. The man was also holding zip ties. He looks into the house and tries to open the door a few more times, until eventually the woman's neighbor comes outside. The man then picks up a hose and pretends to be doing yard work. Once the neighbor leaves, the man goes around to the woman's back door. The man attempts to break down the back door. By this point, the woman had locked herself inside a room and called the police. While on the outside, the man tried breaking in almost every window. He broke off the screen to one of the back windows but was unable to get in. And by the time police arrived, the man had left. The woman posted the video to TikTok to try and identify this man. But unfortunately, the man remains unidentified. But an even more disturbing doorbell camera video comes from the UK. At 4 AM, this man and woman walk up to an apartment and ring the doorbell. Immediately, you can see something is not right. The woman's mouth is taped, and she looks absolutely terrified. She stares directly into the doorbell camera, as if to say, "Don't open the door." The man next to her then reaches for something in his jacket. Given what the doorbell camera is capturing, you may think there's no way anyone inside the apartment would open the door. But surprisingly, that's exactly what they do. For you see, this woman is the mother of the man inside the apartment.
Get it again. No, get it.
Fearing for his mother's safety, the homeowner opens the door. The homeowner's mother waits outside, while the man and his accomplice who was hiding around the corner enter the apartment, before telling the woman to follow him in. It's believed these two men then stole jewelry from the homeowner, before fleeing the apartment, thankfully leaving both the homeowner and his mother safely inside. I can't imagine what this homeowner must have felt, seeing his mother clearly in danger on his doorbell camera. But while the video is terrifying, thankfully no one was hurt. But an even more unnerving piece of doorbell camera footage has to be this. It's November 12th, 2019. At exactly 11:11 PM, a family in Los Angeles hears screaming. Despite being very creeped out, they go on their porch to find out what's going on. The family and other nearby residents immediately call the police. But by the time police arrived, the vehicle was long gone. People who saw the car said it was a 4-door white hatchback. And as the woman was screaming for help, a man in the driver's seat was apologizing non-stop before the car sped off. The investigation is still ongoing. The screams are chilling and the woman is clearly scared for her life. But despite the video and witnesses, this case remains unexplained. But an even more eerie doorbell camera video comes from Ohio. One night in August 2023, a man was asleep in bed. That's when his doorbell camera wakes him up. And this is what the man sees. A person wearing a mask rings his doorbell and runs away. At first, this appears to be a lame ding-dong-ditch prank. But if you take a closer look, you'll notice the man doesn't run away. The man actually went downstairs and opened the door, but as soon as he saw this masked man staring at him, he called the police. But by the time they'd arrived, the man was gone. The police posted the doorbell camera footage on Facebook, hoping local residents may be able to try and identify this man. But instead, the police received many reports of similar incidents, meaning this man had been targeting many houses in the neighborhood. But despite all the reports and footage, this man was never identified, and his motive remains a mystery. But an even more haunting doorbell camera video is this footage was captured in Texas in November 2019. It's the middle of the night and a young girl holding a flashlight runs up to a house.
No, please. Please help.
She knocks on the door and asks for help, but unfortunately, the homeowners are away. The girl is clearly scared, but it's hard to tell who or what she's running from. After realizing the homeowners aren't in, the girl runs away. I'd like to tell you guys that we know this girl is okay, but unfortunately, I can't. The footage remains unexplained to this day. Some theorized the girl was being used as bait for a burglary, while others believe it may be the same girl from a missing persons case in South Dakota. A 9-year-old girl named Serenity Denard went missing and was allegedly seen in Justin, Texas, just a few days before this doorbell camera footage was recorded. But while there is a resemblance, nothing has yet been confirmed, and we still don't know what happened to this girl. Another very creepy doorbell camera video from Texas is this. In 2021, a woman had recorded this creepy man standing outside her apartment almost every day for an entire month. The woman had called police various times, but every time, the man had left before police arrived. The man stands eerily still outside the woman's apartment, possibly waiting to see if she comes outside. In one video, you can hear the man talking, but it's hard to make out what he's saying. But despite all of the videos, the man's identity remains unknown, as does his motive for standing outside this woman's apartment every day for over a month. But an even scarier doorbell video, also from Texas, is this. It's 4:30 a.m. on April 29th, 2023. A young woman runs up to this house and rings the doorbell.
Is that the dog from that house? Oh.
She looks over her shoulder multiple times, but it's hard to know who or what she's running from. The woman starts crying when no one opens the door. A few moments later, a car headlight can be seen, causing the woman to hide behind a pillar, and she does the same thing when she sees the neighbor's driveway lights turn on. After a few minutes, a car's headlights illuminate the driveway, and you can see the woman walk towards it. When the video was posted online, many speculated she may be the victim of trafficking, while others believed this woman had a more sinister motive. People pointed out that if she was in danger, she wouldn't have hid when she saw the neighbor's driveway light. Also, why did she calmly walk away to the headlights when she realized no one was home? But the strangest part is the beginning of the video. Look closely, and you can see the woman isn't actually running at all. Instead, she calmly walks up to the house, and only starts running when she sees the doorbell camera, suggesting this entire thing may have been a burglary setup. A few weeks later, in the same neighborhood, police arrested this woman for burglary. Some believe this is the same woman in the doorbell camera video, but this has never been officially confirmed nor denied. But this video from 2019 is even more chilling. A man is seen approaching a front porch. He then dumps an entire fuel container on the door.
That's lame as hell.
Before trying to ignite the fuel using a lighter. But when the fuel doesn't catch fire, the man gives up and walks away. Thankfully, the man had made a mistake, using diesel fuel instead of regular gasoline. Diesel fuel does not ignite very easily, but had this man used regular gasoline, the house and himself would have immediately gone up in flames. In the house was a mother and her 2 young children. She immediately called police, and that's when police made a disturbing discovery. The man in the video was the woman's own neighbor, living just across her street. The woman said she'd never met the man and had no idea why he would want to harm her or her kids. When questioned, the man named Kwong Pham said that he had seen a ghost and was trying to get rid of it. He was later charged with attempted arson and attempted homicide. Tell me in the comments which of these doorbell camera videos was the most scary. Subscribe if you haven't yet, and watch this video on screen next.
Stay tuned for the next one, y'all.